In this video, I'm going to be covering how to perm hair extensions and how to get the most out of your perm to maximize the life of your hair extensions. My name is Sam. I'm a hair extension specialist based in Los Angeles. I'm also a hair extension educator for Bellami Hair Pro. One of the questions that I get asked about the most is to do with textured hair extensions and where you can buy curly hair extensions from. It's important to know that there are a lot of these amazing big brands out there, but they might not always have the curl pattern that you need. For example, Bellami have the option of straight and body wave hair extensions, but if you need that more defined curl, it's something that you have to create yourself. And that is where perming comes into play. I always start by clarifying the hair extensions. This is because your hair extensions, a lot of the time when they're in the package, have a vitamin coat on them. You want to make sure that you remove that vitamin coat fully, and also any excess dye that might be on the extensions. You don't want anything to interfere with that perm. Important to remember when you're perming hair extensions, check with the manufacturer. Some hair extension brands do not recommend that you perm them. However, Bellami say you can, but I would just say follow these steps that I'm going to go over in this video. Once I've towel dried the extensions, that's when I'm going to go in with my pre-wrap solution. That pre-wrap solution is incredible because it makes sure that any of those shorter hairs within the extensions are always going to stay nice and straight and smooth and even. I am not doing a traditional roller set. I'm going to actually braid the extensions. That's because I don't want a uniform curl. I just want a really soft wave, and I feel like by braiding them, it's going to give me that effect. So I will braid all of the hair extensions, and then something that I like to do again is just to blot those hair extensions with a towel. Again, I don't want anything affecting that perm solution or watering it down. So I'll blot the extensions down with the towel, and then I'm ready to go in with my perm solution. I always get asked about what solution I use. Honestly, it's your preference. For me, I really like the ISO option 2. This is designed for highlighted and color treated hair, which is exactly what these extensions are. You'll notice that the shades are mixed. I'm using Chocolate Rebel and Hot Toffee, so they do have those highlights through it. So I want to make sure that I'm using a perm solution that isn't going to damage the extensions. going in with my perm solution. Really make sure that you saturate. I think that is the number one thing with extensions. You have to remember they are very thick, so you want to make sure that that perm solution is fully penetrating the extensions. So I actually go over it a few times, and then once I'm happy with the application, I'm going to put it in a plastic bag, and it comes with the ISO option 2 in the box. And then if I have any of that solution left, I'll just go in and make sure that I'm saturating. Then I'm going to let it process. Once I've towel blotted those extensions, that's when I'm going to go in with my neutralizer. Okay, I have a top tip. You do have the option of air neutralizing the extensions. Just make sure that if you are air neutralizing, you need to air neutralize them for 24 hours, and then you need to wait another 24 hours for them to fully dry, so 48 hours. However, if you're in a pinch like me, I'm just going to go in with the normal neutralizer, and again, I'm going to let that process for 5 minutes. How long do I process the perm solution for? It's something that you have to watch. All extensions are going to be different, and they're all going to process differently, just like the natural hair. As a rule of thumb, I constantly check it to make sure that I'm not over processing. You're going to notice with extensions, they are more porous, so you want to make sure that you are checking it every minute or so. I usually will do anywhere between 6 to 15 minutes maximum. I don't go longer than that because the extensions don't need it. Whenever we are chemically altering hair extensions, remember you do void that warranty. With Bellami you have a 3-month warranty, but if you do any sort of perm, colouring, you do void that warranty. Once it's neutralised, do your final rinse, and then you can towel dry and unwrap those permed extensions. And you'll see now how beautiful that looks. The ends are straight, but I'm not worried because I actually ordered longer than I need. We are going to cut these extensions down to about a 22 or a 20 inch. So the fact that the ends are straight is no big deal. That's my top tip as well. Maybe you want to order a little bit longer. That way you have the option of cutting and making sure that everything looks nice and uniformed. If you don't want to lose any of the length, one thing that I will say is if you are wrapping it in a roller, you want to make sure that you are really saturating. I've had it before where I haven't fully saturated and the ends don't take as well. Another thing that you can do is a piggyback roll. That's where you do one roller and then you do another roller for the ends. That way you're making sure that everything is nice and uniform. I love the results of this perm. I feel like it's just given the perfect amount of wave that I want, and it's going to look really nice on my client's hair. Something that I'm going to give you is a word of advice, and that's to do with your body wave and your straight hair extensions. If you are choosing to perm the extensions, always make sure that your starting point is straight hair extensions. If you are trying to do it on any sort of body wave or waved hair extensions, chances are, unless it's virgin hair, they've already been through some sort of chemical process to get it to that. So I would say to make sure that you're getting the healthiest hair possible, just do straight and perm on the straight hair extensions. One thing my clients are always wary about is if they can put heat on their hair extensions afterwards. If they can blow dry them, curl them, Yes, you can. You can do all the things with them. You can still go in and blow dry them or curl them, straighten them. I would just say that if my client is someone that blows their hair out, 90% of the time, they hardly ever wear it curly, then I'd rather not perm it. I'd rather just install a straight or a body wave extension on them, only because if you go in with a chemical process like a perm, you are going to shorten the lifespan of the extensions. So for them to get the most out of the investment, I'd rather just do straight. If they are someone that wears their hair curly more than 50% of the time, that's when I would go in and perm. And then if they did want the option of blow drying, it's still there for them. Something that I get asked about a lot in every single video is brushing your hair extensions. You can brush your hair extensions with a perm if they're straight. You just treat them like your own hair. One thing that I'm going to say is detangle from the ends up to the root, and then you can go in with your brush and go over the point of attachment. If you are choosing to do this, make sure that you are using a brush that has straight bristles, or even a ball bristle brush works really, really well on this area. You want to hear that brush going over the point of attachment to really make sure that you are detangling and you're not going to have any mats or tangles in the hair. I do have clients that sometimes they come back with a few problematic areas, and I know that it's down to brushing. You don't have to be afraid of brushing the hair extensions. In fact, you really want to make sure that you are brushing your hair extensions. I always get asked a lot of questions about my tools, what I'm using. A lot of the things that I'm using is going to be linked in my Amazon storefront, including the ISO option 2 perm. If you scan the little QR code at the bottom, it's going to take you straight to my Amazon store. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.